Okay. All right. So this is going to be my review of the SaluSpa Tahiti so far. And if you've seen any of my last year's videos of the INTEX, I had the INTEX Purespa Plus. I did intensive kind of checking to find out what the E90 code was. And with the help of a lot of the YouTube other owners, we got together and figured out that it was the darn filter. But so if you're having E90 issues with INTEX, please consult my old videos. Okay, but so the reason why I went this year with the SaluSpa, okay, first of all, okay, the price of the SaluSpa is $100 less Canadian, I'm in Canada, than it was for the INTEX. Now the INTEX is supposedly made for 4 people, and it's relatively larger. See how the mat, it was pretty much at the end of the mat. So you can tell this one is smaller, and so it takes less time to heat up and fill up, so to keep that in mind. But it is slightly smaller. You can tell the difference. All right. And so price-wise, it ended up being $550, whereas the and I got that off Walmart online, and the INTEX I got off Walmart in person for $648, I think, $650. So $100 more. So, all right. So that's can kind of give you the estimate. And what really, and so the price point is really what got me on this one. And I got my replacement tub from INTEX, and that's another story on its own. But my INTEX lasted from May to October, so when it started getting freezing-ish, and I took it down, and then when I went to put it indoors, it had a leak, and I spent countless hours with INTEX, and they sent me a replacement, but they were back ordered, and I was, impatient. So I saw this at a good price, and I said, you know what, these guys, let's not kid, they'll last you maybe 2 seasons, if you're lucky, more. But so, you know what, my INTEX, it's a nice backup. All right, it's at the end of its warranty anyways, so if anything happens to that one, well, okay. How now differences, okay, if you're looking at the difference between INTEX, okay, obviously size smaller compared, both, and of course it took this one about 24 hours to warm up. Okay, it's almost at 104, it's 6, it was started at 10:30, so it will be at 104 very soon. So it's not even 24 hours. The INTEX took more like 35 to 40. It took almost 2 days. That's a big difference. They didn't give me a bottom layer bubble like the INTEX does, but I don't care. I'm not really too concerned. I just thought that was weird because the old Coleman's did. Sturdy wise, I find the INTEX is more sturdy. You can see it's a lot more bouncy, but that doesn't really bother me too much. Okay, my big thing, and everybody that has these will know this, that once you reach 104 on this, once you turn on those bubbles, okay, especially on cold nights, especially here in Canada, and I'm looking at like in almost frozen, minus, almost near the minus, in the lows, right? It will, when the bubbles are on, it'll pretty much start decreasing. Okay, almost right away you'll drop to 102, 101, and then you'll go from 101 to that like mid-90s within a few, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Pretty much the time it takes for the bubbles to turn off. They usually give you 15, 20 minutes. But then with the INTEX, okay, at that point, you're staying in the 90s. Even if you turn the bubbles off and you just have the bubbles off, it stays. It doesn't go back up. Okay, and you're done. You won't go back up. Now with this one, the bubbles will make it go down, but once it stops and you leave the bubbles off, it goes back up. And I've had it cap at 102 on a cold night, but it won't go back up to 104, but it goes to 102 and stays there. Then when you turn on the bubbles, it goes down again, and then again goes back up. So it actually warms back up. And if you put your hand there, the heat is nice. You really feel it. Where the INTEX, I would sit in front of it, I'd feel it a bit. This one really pumps out. So I'm not surprised that it goes back up. So if you're a couple or this size doesn't bother you, if you really, really need the extra big, go ahead and spend the extra on INTEX. But the fact that it goes back up, you can make it go on. And you can chill without the bubbles, especially if you have music playing, because the bubbles kind of interfere with the music. Then, like you chill a bit, have some music, whatever, without bubbles, it goes back up, then bubbles again. Whereas the INTEX, you're done, you're in the 90s, that's it. So that to me is the winning point. They both my versions had a little light you can attach. Whoop-de-doo. This one has cup holders there on the pump, which is neat. INTEX does not. I had to buy a little side thing. And that's it. I'd say that's the biggest differences as opposed to anything else. That's its speed of, obviously because of size, speed of heating up, speed of filling up. Setup is pretty much the same, and but the heating back up. And this new model, if you look at the SaluSpa, because they have different models, the Tahiti and I'm forgetting the other names. Anyways, the Tahiti one has a freeze guard in the new pump model to, when it gets cold, it actually prevents or helps prevent the pipes from freezing, which is another reason that I brought this one out and didn't wait on the INTEX. I might keep the INTEX for indoors, whatever. And just the fact that it's right now we're April, and on nights it goes up in heat, like, buy INTEX. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. So if you guys have any other questions, and this one does, like INTEX, have the E error. It's E03 or something like that. It does. And once again, hair in the fucking filter. Sorry, I don't mean to swear. Hair in the filter. It's just like INTEX. Their E codes are the same. Now, don't get me wrong. If you look up E90 on INTEX, you're going to find a lot of videos on the older models and the pipes. There used to be a pump issue with the pipes that would trigger E90. But with my Purespa Plus, not the tan model, so it would be in the blue model and probably the gray one. That's the model after the Purespa Plus. Those, I'm pretty sure, rectified the pipe issue. Because I could be wrong, but I haven't seen many issues. And a lot of people actually changed the pipes on those models due to the older models and all the YouTube videos. That's another big reason why I uploaded mine last year. Because really, it is really hair clogging your filter. This one, it's got a little thing. You take it out. Once I remove, pressure wash off the hair, pop it back in, reset the thing, the error code's gone. Just like INTEX. And same thing. INTEX, same thing. Take it, pull out the damn hairs, and especially on the little part, because it stops the flow and then triggers the sensor. So it's an E error is the filter. Prove me wrong. This is too new of a model to even prove me wrong on that one. But please don't go buy older models, because they're continuously upgrading each model to fix the previous issues. So if you automatically think that your issue is due to pump error, but you're looking at a video from 2016, 17, well, I mean, you might be doing maintenance on your pump for absolutely no reason instead of taking your gunk out of your filter. Just saying. And this is why I'm making this video, to tell you, to show you the difference, and that errors are the same. So don't get pissed off. Don't go crazy on customer service. If you guys have any questions about anything, just leave it in the comments. And that's what I'm here for. And you know. And shout out to the other INTEX owners on YouTube, and I'm sure I've talked to you guys before, or I've sent you here, or whatever. You know, with all of our help and your you know, info, and even just the suggestion with the pump, man. I used buckets last year, man, woman, man, labor, yo. This thing in 30 minutes is way better than 10 minutes with my arms. Well, although at least it kept me fit, right? All right, so that's my review of the SaluSpa Tahiti model from Bestway, and that's the differences. And so yes, between the two, cost-wise, heat up-wise, impressed. It's hands down, this one is the winner. Is it fair because it's an upgraded, you know? If I compared it to INTEX's brand new model, would it compare? I don't know. INTEX seems to be back ordered, so I don't know if they're even making anything new. But whatever, prove me wrong in the comments. Bye.